H.
Hi.
And yeah, welcome to the show.
Welcome
glad,
to Dale's
glad to have you.
Yeah, this is just a complete cold, open, nothing.
Just a discussion like we always do. We met at a room board.
Dale wanted to lie about that, but we met at a room board. So, not a homeless shelter, a room and board.
Yeah.
For homeless people.
We had our share, didn't we?
Yeah, we had many fond memories of that place. Yes. So, so who's Jessica? Like, do you have a question for her? Is she coming over?
Well, because I made a script and I sent her a copy of the script, and she has yet to get back to me. She's apparently been very busy finishing her book, which was, to my surprise, I thought it was like maybe 3 of them, writing this book and cooperating on a book, but it turns out there's like 10 people on it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What in the world?
Yeah,
That's
I think the first book that they did, they had 3 people, and now the second one they have like 10, and they're
That's a lot of input.
there's stories of they're all women,
Okay.
and they've the title of the book is My Mess is My Message. You can look it up
Actually,
on
that's
Amazon.
really cool. That's a great
Yeah.
title. Great title. I approve.
And she really fits that title too.
Yeah.
The first day I met her,
I approve that title.
we were at a trade show, and she didn't show up till like the last minute and was getting everything set up at the last minute.
Yeah. The marbles. So I like that side better, because my profile, I don't like my profile on this side. My profile on this side I like a lot better. So I feel weird sitting like this, because I don't like the camera angle. I don't like my profile. There's some superstars that only like to be filmed on one side.
Well, but I like the hat.
No, not this.
Yeah.
Okay, so we met in a room and board. I thought Dale was a cop. And now I know that's really
Yeah. Far from a cop.
Yeah, Barbara, he looks like a cop though. Yeah. Your haircut right now, you look like a cop.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's, well, no, that's not a compliment.
So when I met Dale, I had just gotten off the streets, like fresh off the streets. I had no teeth.
Yeah.
Talk about I was like at my bottom. And yeah, but Dale still liked me. He still liked me, so.
I'm easy to please.
Well, all men are kind of
So what about, now you've been sober how long now?
It was 3 years in July 10th of 2023.
Okay, and I just got my 4-year on 9/11,
Okay.
and that happens to be the channel. It's a guiding light 9/11.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I wanted to ask you, when you first came in, you were talking about a lot of stuff that you've been seeing, things that have happened to you, that were kind of, borderline schizophrenia.
Oh, like psychosis?
Yeah.
Like from the meth?
Yeah. So what I wanted to ask you, if you compared those, first few days that you came into the room and board and where you are now,
Yeah.
what is the difference?
Well, I mean, it's night and day, really. It's my thoughts were just constantly like speeding through my head, and I still had a lot of that wanting to go back out, and like, 'cause it's almost like you kind of romance this. It's like I guess it's kind of like a bad romance, if you say, because when I left, the guy that I loved, I left the drug that I loved,
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's a big change because
Yeah.
it's familiar to you, but
Yeah.
the new environment is not familiar to
Yeah.
you,
And
being clean and sober.
then you also have all these thoughts in your head, and I have a lot of trauma from being out there, and just, from the psychosis and all of that. It took a while for my brain to reconnect, but I'm a much better place. I've had my ups and downs, but I can say today, like, I feel better than I have in a long time, even though
Right.
my doctor passed away, but,
Yeah, we're very sorry for
yeah,
that.
rest in peace, Apollo, someday.
Dude, he's at a ranch now.
Yes, I told him he's going to be in ranch, and
He can run and he can play. And, he's got plenty of space to run.
he's nice to run. But yeah, he had a tumor in his tumor burst, but yeah, he had a really good life. And I have my cat now, my puppy.
Yeah.
So I would say it's night and day. I don't have.
You don't have any of those thoughts anymore. Any of those hallucinations.
No.
Although you thought they were real at the time.
Yeah, some of them, yeah. And then I had hallucinations from a drug that they just gave me for depression. And it was like the same things I was having out there. And that's what I got scared me. Those are not now. So that was
Yeah.
just because of that kind of,
Yeah, so I mean, that's pretty cool because, the effects of the drug are very intense, although we're not aware of it when we're in the middle of it,
right. Yeah, and I feel like with meth too, a lot of people have the same type of psychosis. There's demonic, there's witchcraft, there's vampires, it's always, a lot of people have the same kind of psychosis with that. And it opens up that, whole metaphysical part of your brain, yeah, very, very dark stuff. So I'm glad we came out of that, God is good, so
Yeah.
He's with me, so yeah.
So back to the hat. Who gave you that hat?
I don't know, some bum off the street.
A guiding light,
This is your hat.
AGLS.
He gave it to me for my birthday. He didn't really have a birthday present for me, but he was just like, oh, here. Actually, he gives me hats.
Yeah.
He gave me a hat, had a Jesus fish on it, and then he gave me your old,
New York.
New York.
New York Yankees.
Your Yankees. The Bronx
The brown, yeah, Bronx
I got
brown.
so many compliments on that hat when I wear it.
In the Bronx, in New York.
Yeah.
And, so it was Bronx brown.
Yeah, so I thought it was special because it's a special hat he gave it to me. I still have it even though it's like totally tore up. But I still want to glue it. It's a great hat.
Blew it.
It's a great hat.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. But yeah, so we've known each other pretty much since like,
So for like 3 years then.
yeah, since like the 21st, I think, of July.
see, and you know, when someone's not paying the kind of attention to me that I think they should, I kind of go into a dark place.
Yes. We'll just say that. You go to a very dark place. And then for me, I don't like to be smothered. I don't like to be like, I'm very like, you know, and that comes from
Free spirit.
yeah, well, and that comes from me, you know, like a lot of trauma, you know, in my younger, you know, days with abuse and stuff like that. But we are great friends.
She calls me her rock.
Yeah,
I thank you for that.
yeah.
That's quite a compliment.
Yeah. Well, I go to Dale, like, I don't know, you're like my bestest friend. I always do when we talk or have a cigarette.
Right.
You come over and just see Dale. And I mean, I only live, I just live down the road from him, you know, so it's really convenient. So yeah, I was really happy that, I had actually moved out of the room board. It was almost exactly a year I think I've been there. And I was able to move out into a home and just the street behind where the room board was. And then Dale actually, I was kind of sad that you got moved over on the other side of Uni or something.
Yeah.
For a while. But then you came from us, just
Yeah.
a couple blocks away. So
Couple
no.
blocks.
So it's good. So, but yeah, I mean, we don't agree on everything. but Dale has been there for me when I need to feel centered or when I need to just, you know, like just talk to him about something. Even if I don't agree with what he says, it helps me just talk about it and, you know, that's what friends are for.
Yeah, so,
He thought I was like out of my mind when he first met me.
well, yeah. Yeah, the lights in the sky and drones and yeah, all kinds of crazy stuff in the sky. We would star watch together a lot.
Oh yeah. Well, we didn't see things.
And there was
Yeah.
one that looked like a star was like coming towards us and then it would go away from us. That was
weird.
yeah.
And then we just saw that thing on the, we saw that show about that Star Files guy that was like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
like, talk to him and tell him to come closer or whatever.
Yeah.
So people like,
Let's see if it works.
see if it works.
And it did.
Which they do that in the desert.
So yeah, but no, I'm glad that she's in a better place now. That's no fun being you know, afraid of everything.
Yeah. Well, and you're completely like how you are now. I mean, it seems like you've got so much to do, and you know you're just being creative, and you
Yes.
know it's better than you know playing a video game all day.
Which I did. And there was a fly on your hat. I was
Oh.
gonna swap. Yeah. So yeah, I still play video games, but not as much.
Yeah. That's good.
And I'm working. You know, I spend most of my time on you know, trying to improve my business and improve exposure of my business. And the books that I've been selling, the Guiding Light workbook, 12-step guide, it's been doing pretty well. I've been selling like between 1 and 6 books a day. And for the whole month, I probably sell 60. So, yeah. You know, it's, that's 60 people that I'm helping.
I honestly
Well,
was
on my website.
I can't wait till your actual the book that comes out.
Oh, my new book?
Your new book. That's
Yeah.
what I'm excited about. Because that's good.
Yeah.
You know.
That's going to be fun and interesting. It's 13 chapters, and we're through chapter 2 about right now. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna read like the first chapter. I just wanna, you know. I mean, like
Well, I can send you
I read like your
chapters 1 and 2.
Yeah. Like I read your little the book. But
Yeah.
I know all the stories.
Yeah.
Because you told me several times over, and you used to talk all the time, like all about me. You
Right.
know, just these stories. But you know when you first meet someone and you're just, you know, gleaning all their information and stuff. You know?
Yeah.
We would sit on the couch at night, get our photo albums out, and which is so sad because having a photo album anymore. Women who are women board, she threw away his yearbooks, his college yearbook, all his photo albums. She's a lich. Anyway, yeah, her name is Barbara.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, anyway, we used to sit and just do things that, you know, you start to like somebody, you know, we really got along and stuff, so, but, I don't even know where it's going with that. Oh, yeah, but anyway, so the book, I think it's going to be, it's more kind of meaty in the sense of, like, they're kind of igniting your story, make it
Embellishing.
embellishing. We're over embellishing. Yeah. So it's fiction, but true life.
And sensationalism.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, thank you for doing this and
Yeah.
being here.
For this first one that's never
This
gonna
is
be.
the first time that we've recorded anything.
So now he gets to sit there and try to edit it and try to make it, you know.
Yes, all I've done before is I've worked on my lights and I've worked on my sound, but I've never worked on my sound and my lights together. So this is it.
So here we are.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you. And later we got
Yes.
you gotta have a sign off before it.
Yeah. Well, you can subscribe,
Oh,
hit the like button, and tune in for more of Guiding Light